So this is a dispatch rider, and he has to get from A to corner C.
Corner A. Yes.
And he wants to get there in the quickest time possible. There's sand in the first part of the journey, and then grass on the second part of the journey. He can travel twice as fast over the grass as he can over the sand. Now, you've got the dimensions here. It's 2 miles from A to E across the sand. Then from E up to D across the grass, it's 3 miles. And from D across to C, 7 miles. So what's the best strategy for him to get there from A to C as quickly as possible?
Presumably it's to go here to here in a straight line and then here to here diagonally.
That's what you would think.
Right, so why would that be faster?
To get him off the sand as quick as possible. As quick as possible.
And onto the grass where it can go faster.
And then to go in the diagonal, because the diagonal is shorter
distance
than the 3 plus the 7. So that triangle, do your hypotenuses.
Do you think that's faster than going diagonally from A to C?
Well, he'd have to go that distance on the sand as opposed to that distance on the sand.
But then you have got a very long journey from E to C, haven't you?
It is. Do we know how long? We do.
But it's not going to be that much longer than it is.
Can you calculate that?
That's 49 add 9 is 58. It's the square root of 58.
Mark out the path, perhaps with a piece of string.
Oh, look, and there's even a pin to help us.
Oh, right.
I'll give you
So
pin.
wait a minute. So we would be going...
And I've even got some stickers if you want to...
So can we put a pin there?
Go on then, you put a pin there.
No.
Now, the length of the piece of string, of course, is the
twice as long
distance,
as
but I
half
want
its
the
length.
shortest time. So can you measure the time it will take with the piece of string? Let me tell you again that you go twice as fast over the grass as you do over the sand.
So if that's the length of time he does on the sand, then half of that is what he does on the grass.
Hey.
Why not double up the length of string that you have on the sand? You see, because that will be proportional to the time. You spend twice as long on the sand, so the time will be proportional to twice the length of string.
So that's how long it takes on the grass.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And
Twice as long on the...
Now let's measure the sand.
Double it up.
Right, OK. And that's how much time it takes on the sand.
Double it.
And then I have to double that. So that's the length of time he takes on the grass and the sand.
OK, should we put a little marker to...
Oh, yeah.
There you are, there's a little marker to see. So that's essentially represents the amount of time he spends.
On the grass and the sand going diagonally like that way. Our shortest one was... So that's what we did on the grass.
OK.
And then you've got to do...
And that's what we did on the sand.
But you've got to double that.
And we have to double that one.
So yes, it is shorter, isn't it? Let's put a marker on there.
Just by a tiny
whisker.
Tiny amount.
OK, but you certainly made his journey a little bit shorter. Is it the shortest path? In fact, you can see the quickest path on your screen, which is if you go 1 mile into the turf and head for there, that is actually going to be the shortest time across here. So let's prove it with a string, shall we?
OK, from here to here.
It's a mile, so we double that.
We double that.
Yes, OK.
And then we just go from there.
Now just go across to C. And
we've got to here, which is...
actually considerably shorter.
It is.
Considerably shorter. I have to say I was...
So if you can hold the string up...
wrong.
In fact, I must admit, I needed a bit of Pythagorean triangles and calculus to work out that it was, in fact, exactly a 1 metre in. And this is actually the principle of refraction of light, because light also likes to try and take the fastest path through a medium, and it travels through water twice as slowly as it does through air, or certainly slower than it does through air. So that's why in a water things look much shorter than they really are, and it's very hard to pick things out of the water.
Goldfish shrink.
That's right. And your legs shrink.